Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of My Bet. Hey there everyone, this is Erica Sabo. With me once again is my boyfriend Brad. Hey
Hello.
Brad, thanks for coming back. So we are going to be doing once again our monthly pickups, so let's see what we've got. So in terms of gaming, got a bunch of goodies this January. For one, I got Bravely Default, which I talked about before. I have my little review copy right now just so I can have it ready in time for launch. So stay tuned for that soon, the video review. Aside from that, I got Breath of Fire 3 on the PSP from really awesome YouTuber Xeric. Thank you very much once again for this one. This has been a really great game. Both games have been really great so far, so thank you. And then I got these really awesome goodies from Video Game Rescue. Video Game Rescue is really cool. I was on one of their shows a while back, and just they had an Indiegogo campaign where they're trying to open up an actual, like, their own little shop. So I helped fund that, and they sent me some awesome things. So they sent me this this box of stuff, just like random games. So I ended up getting Kicks here, which I haven't checked out yet.
It's not pronounced Quicks, or is it just
I think
Kicks?
it's Kicks.
It's hard,
I think it's
regardless.
Kicks. Is it really?
Yeah.
I haven't tried it yet, so.
It's one of those, you're in a box, and you go along the edge, and you gotta make boxes to close in the box, but there's like a weird thing coming around that kills you. I couldn't even pass the first level.
Okay. Well, I gotta try that out still. So if any of you have anything to say about it, let me know. I also got the Incredible Hulk Ultimate Destruction, which is a really, really, really fun game if you haven't played it before. It's just madness. It is very fun. I'm really, really happy to have that in my collection now. On top of that, I've got Digimon Rumble Arena. This is like perfect because I grew up watching a lot of Digimon, and the games are pretty hard to find. And I mean, honestly, I can't really complain. You know, I still love it. The fact that it's on Netflix now is kind of a dream. So I'm super happy about that. But I think probably one of the highlights in this little bundle was Suikoden 3 here, which I have been dying to play for a very long time now. I actually have a demo of it from a PlayStation magazine, and I loved it. I had so much fun with it, and it was actually my first real chance to get sucked into the Suikoden world, so I never got a physical copy, and then they got kind of hard to find, so I'm really happy to have one now. So I really want to thank Video Game Rescue for sending out this awesome bundle. Aside from that, as I showed you in my last video, I also have my Zone of the Enders HD collection art book and soundtrack that I got from awesome YouTuber Alyssa White. So big thank you for that. You already saw this, so you guys already saw this in my last video, but yeah, you know, thank you so much. It's so awesome, and I love the orbital frame design. It's just so cool. All right, so what do you got, Brad?
This is probably one of my favorite games. It's like
favorite games?
Oh, like of all time for some reason. I don't know. Playing
really?
it. Oh yeah, it's so good. You just don't get it. You weren't around. Skitchin for Sega Genesis.
Okay.
Skitchin. It's got like the best soundtrack to it and stuff. It's so 90s. You wear like neon colored rollerblades. It's like Road Rash except on rollerblades. You hold on the cars, and it's really cool. You just don't get it. That's cool.
Oh, what about the rest of the people watching? Do you guys get it? Because if you do, let us know in the comments below. Because I don't get it.
I want to do like a full playthrough of it or something. That'd be awesome. Or like a speed run or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I totally just remember this now too. I also picked up Psychosis for the TurboGrafx 16. It's another, I forget if it's a horizontal or, it's just another shmup for TurboGrafx 16. So it's, you know, it's not the best, it's not the worst, it's pretty cool. It's no magical chase or whatever, but, you know.
Awesome. Is that it for you?
That's it for games.
Cool. Okay, let's move on.
Because all I need is sketching.
Oh my god. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, so in terms of anime, one of my biggest pickups in January was the disappearance of Haruhi Suzumiya. A really, really awesome movie. You really need to watch the anime, though, before you get into this. It explains a lot, and it really I don't know how much I should say, I'll be honest, because like I don't want to spoil it for you, I don't want to spoil it for any of you, but it's a really unconventional anime, and it actually does live up to the hype. I didn't get into it until recently because I can be pretty snobby about that kind of stuff, and shut up. If there's too much hype behind something, like I didn't feel this way about Attack on Titan, but with this one, I just looked at it for face value, and I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like it, and then I gave it a try when I found it on Crunchyroll, and I was so blown away. So I liked it so much, I went ahead and bought the Blu-ray. And this is a really, really hard to find Blu-ray, and it's very expensive because it's Bandai Entertainment, and Bandai has been kind of shaky as of late. So I got it on sale, and then right after I got it, then it boosted back up in price.
It's weird that it's a Blu-ray though, because it's in a DVD case.
Yeah, but it's a combo pack. So it's usually like an $80 DVD combo pack, and I got it for like $50. So woohoo! Awesome. Okay, what do you got?
It's the Macross Complete Saga. A friend of mine at work, I think he upgraded his version. He got a better version, or so he tells me. So he was like, "Who do I know who really likes Robotech?" And he's like, "Oh, Brad does." So he gave it to me, and it's complete, and it's pretty cool. Robotech's pretty funny though. I got into Robotech before I even knew what anime was. Me and my friends used to play the Palladium RPG, and what else? I used to read the novels when I was a kid too. They made novels, like each disc in here, there's a novel based on it. So like, it's weird.
It's really cool. But it was so cool because when you posted a picture on like Facebook, it was like, oh my god, is that like to borrow or to keep? And when you said to keep, I was just like, oh my god,
yeah,
it's amazing.
So I, kind of as a thank you for him, I bought him a ticket to go see Ghost in the Shell. So
that's so nice. Cool. Also, I had a question because I mentioned this in the last video too, but have you played any of these games, and do you know if they're good? They're the Robotech Battle Cry games I was asking
Battle
earlier.
Cry was actually a really cool game. I really enjoyed it. I played the Xbox version, but it's the same version across all platforms. It's a lot of people complained about how cel-shaded the game was. It was really cool. They did a really good job of seamless transformation as when you're in your Veritech from Guardian mode to battle mode to jet mode and stuff. It was really, really cool. I'd say it was a little bit easy, but they did a really good job of like just taking the universe and making it a game. You don't play as any of the characters you know from the series. You play as just some side character who gets stuck on Earth after the SDF gets... They space fold and they end up near Pluto. So you're one of the people left on Earth who has to kind of help and wait for them to come back. It's pretty cool. Lots of good battles, and it was a fun game. So there's a couple more games I looked into just recently as well. I forget their names though. There was supposedly one done really well in Japan on like mobile phones. But,
really?
Yeah.
Well, mobile's really, it's big there, but it's a very different market though too. Yeah. It's not a casual market.
Well, they also
they're so hardcore.
In the last few years though, they just started getting into smartphones, because before it was all the clamshell phones, and that's why you see a lot of that in anime.
That might be why Nintendo is so intent on at least starting to dip into the mobile market, actually. Is because over there the market's so different. Whereas hearing that kind of news here in North America, it's like, are you kidding me? Like, that's not a very good idea. But yeah, I mean, that's what's so cool about living in places like that. Is like a totally different world, right?
Well, it's like that game I've been playing, Chaos Drive.
Yeah, you should talk about that.
Another time. Once I understand the game better.
But you like it.
But I like it so far.
Okay, yeah. If you haven't heard of Chaos Drive, it's an iOS game. Yep. Yeah. I told you about it. I thought it was Android and iOS, hopefully, but it's only iOS, and you seem like you're really enjoying it. You sure you don't want to talk about it?
No, I want to understand the game more. I don't know what I'm doing sometimes.
Apparently we'll talk about it next month then, guys. Yeah. Okay, so do we want to go to mangas then?
Yeah, I can do that real quick.
We might as well do that since we're already here with anime-related things. So, of course, look what we have here. You're doing that so awkwardly. Yeah. Attack on Titan.
9 and 10. I don't think we need to really talk too much more about that stuff.
I think the last thing we need is actually to show people the covers, because covers spoil things sometimes.
Oops, sorry. And then I'm slowly going to buy all of this, but...
Gantz?
I absolutely love Gantz.
Yeah, I introduced you to that one,
I absolutely love it. I feel a little bad. I tend to read this on the streetcar on my way to work, and there's some really kind of risque stuff in here sometimes.
Usually there's a lot of sexual stuff in it, yeah.
What's funny though is like the violence is really gruesome sometimes. You know, exploding.
Sometimes, like all the time,
Yeah.
maybe.
Well, it's not violence all the time, though. Is what I mean.
No, but it's kind of gratuitous in a way, though, when it does show it.
But I feel bad about when I turn the page and there's like a naked girl, and I'm like, oh, I should hide this, as opposed to someone's head exploding. It's really kind of backwards, if you ask me, and
it's just the juxtaposition of both of those. It's supposed to be kind of a mind fuck. I know some people might be really I don't know, upset by that kind of stuff, just to have it for the sake of having it, but I think that's kind of the point, is how chaotic it is. And what's really cool about the manga especially is it's very fast-paced, whereas the anime, which I introduced Brad to, and which I was initially introduced to, it was much more, it was kind of slower paced, but it built up the tension really well, especially when they went on different missions. And unfortunately, the anime was cut short after the second season, so we didn't get any more, but that's kind of what, you know, the manga is for here. And it's actually it's already done. The series is already done, so it's 20-something or so volumes. I believe it's 28. And yeah, I mean, it's good all around. I know people who've read the entire series and love it. So yeah, I mean, definitely recommend this one if you haven't checked it out already.
For mature readers, though.
Oh yeah, of course. Well, we already talked about that. It has like gratuitous amounts of violence. Look, it even says this: parental advisory, explicit content. There aren't a whole lot of mangas nowadays that say that kind of stuff unless it's like hentai. So there you go.
And then I also picked up the next volume of Knights of Sidonia, which is absolutely amazing. I can't get enough of this. I'm really excited for the next one. And I'm really excited for the anime, whenever that's going to be.
That's going to be coming out like first quarter of this year, I heard.
I'm not holding my breath.
Like maybe in spring or something?
And then for Christmas, a friend of mine who I got him into all the Tetsuomo Nihei?
No.
How do you pronounce it?
It's Tsutomu Nihei, Brad.
Okay.
You don't pronounce the T.
Okay,
Tsutomu
sorry.
Nihei. you could just say Nihei-san. Nihei-san.
Okay.
Nihei-san.
Regardless, I got a buddy into it and he really liked it, and then you were looking for this and he ended up buying the copy. You were going to try and get me, but this is one of his original pieces. It's called Noise. It's really, really cool. This happens like thousands of years before Knights of Sidonia, but it's all in the same universe. And then it's followed by Blam, and then it's followed by Biomega. And there's also a couple like weird one-shots they did regarding Blam. Like there's Blam Academy and like something else. I've been trying to find them, but
they're kind of hard to find,
yeah. But it's the artwork's all absolutely amazing, and it's just really neat. So I really liked it. So
yeah, so awesome.
And that's all I got for that stuff right now. Unless you want to, should I talk about that?
Yeah, talk about that.
Okay, like I said, Robotech, like it a lot, and then Dynamite just released the team up with Vultron and Robotech. I haven't actually had a chance to read it yet. I'm just glad I picked it up because I know it's going to be pretty limited. So it looks really cool, though.
I'm glad you did. That's awesome. Cool. So in terms of comics, as I mentioned before, I got Paul Pope's Battling Boy. Very pulpy action, really fun though.
I really like the art for it.
Yeah, the art's cool. You guys saw that, and some of you got really interested in it. I definitely recommend checking it out if you haven't. It's just so cool, and it's just such a nice like color palette, and I mean like nothing about it is very like, I don't know, like it's epic, but it's not trying to overdo itself either in terms of like trying to be like the most amazing narrative or the most, I don't know, like it's just pulpy. Really, I don't know how else to put it. It's just very pulpy, and it's just badass. So there's that. Of course, I also got the newest saga. Finally came out. I felt like that took forever. And we got Lion Cat there. Chapter 18. I can't believe we've gotten this far, guys. Anyone who's read this so far, or to this issue, like, man, this has been quite a ride. I'll definitely give it that. Brian K. Vaughan and Fiona Staples have been doing an amazing job with it, and I'm really happy that I've been getting the issues. So, yeah. See what you got.
On to all my junk. Our buddy at the comic book store, Kirk, he just opened up his back room, so it's full of, like, just cheap graphic novels, like $5 or whatever. So I got The Forgotten Realms, Drizzt Do'Urden. This is the second book of the second trilogy I read all the books a long time ago, talking about pulpy stuff. These are like the most pulpy things ever made. I just really like the artwork in it, and it's something neat to have. It gives a good reference to a lot of people regarding the Forgotten Realms universe and the Underdark and stuff like that. And then while I was there, an older couple came in and they had a bunch of milk crates full of just old comics. So I got a bunch of really cheap old heavy metal. Some of them are in really hurting shape, but I'll figure out something to do with them. Yeah, this one's kind of falling apart, as you can see. There's another one here like this. Yeah, that's pretty cool too. So, I have a really hard time saying no to heavy metal stuff. And then I also got another cheap art book. It's Woman by Luis Rio, which is absolutely awesome. Lots of sexy babes.
Pretty ladies.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's pretty explicit right there.
How about that? That's better. There you go.
That's pretty cool.
So very cool. It was super cheap, so I'm deciding whether or not to keep it as a book or cut out some pictures and frame them or something like that.
No,
we'll figure out something to do.
Coffee table book.
Yeah,
it's so pretty.
Our coffee table's full of stuff. Well, I'll figure out something to do with it. Regardless, it's just really cool, and I'm glad I got it for $5. There's some absolutely amazing artwork in there that I'm not going to show you. I'm just going to look at by myself. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's a good one. And what do you got? That's all I got here.
Yeah, I didn't show these last time, did
Okay.
I don't think I did.
No.
Cool. So I got some really awesome books from the same comic book shop, West End Comics. I ended up getting Slayers, which is really cool because it's like a rundown of the anime, and I really love this anime. It's just really funny fantasy anime if you haven't checked it out. But in the back they have the Big Eyes Small Mouth fighting system if you want to do a tabletop RPG. So really cool. Would like to check that out, although it's pretty OP. So if you have a good DM, then I'm sure you can tweak it up a bit. Same thing with Hellsing here, except this is just D20.
And it's just the original Hellsing. It's not Hellsing Ultimate.
Yeah, just the original Hellsing.
Cool.
These are pretty old, but it does the same thing. It's really interesting how it does a rundown of each of the characters and the episodes, and then at the end it has the tabletop guide to it. I find it so weird.
Stats for Alucard, which are insane.
Oh my god.
What's he have?
You're basically not going to play as Alucard. So.
Yes, well, you meet him though, right?
You meet it. He'll be a guest.
If you have a DM who
he
can
could
do
be
it
a
really
guest,
well,
but yeah, you got to have a really good DM for
this is
something
D20
like that.
system, which is really, it's the 3rd edition Dungeons and Dragons. It's the same thing. What's Alucard got here? Yeah, 30 D4 plus 120 plus 4D10 plus 16. That's like his hit dice. That's insane. You'll never kill him unless you got a Veritech, and then maybe you can blow him up.
I don't know. I feel like D6 would work really well for each of these, but I also have Trigun here as well, and Vash is another OP guy.
He's nowhere as OP as Alucard,
but still,
yeah.
He's pretty OP for, just a regular.
He's got some really neat skills and feats regarding like quick shot and stuff like that.
Yeah, totally. So once again, another rundown. So it's kind of like an anime art book episode guide as well as a tabletop guide. So I mean, awesome. I had to grab them. They were like $2 each or so. It was a steal. It was a complete steal.
Can't go wrong.
Yeah. Anything else you got, or you went over everything?
I think that was all I got aside from the other things.
Okay, cool. Let's move on. Okay, lastly, we would like to go over some other random things we got, specifically figurines. So go ahead, start with yours.
Erica got me Judge Dredd, the vinyl pop cap figure here. It's pretty cool looking. I'm a big Judge Dredd fan, so you can't go wrong. I like how it's like the original helmet.
Yeah.
It's not that Stallone crap.
But it's really hard to find this one in particular. I had to order it online because they didn't have it at Silver Snail or any of popular comic book shops here in the city. And I mean, Toronto's a pretty big city, so it's kind of a surprise.
I think it's one of the newer ones too, though. That's why.
Yeah, I think so. So in my last video, I was talking about the David Cronenberg exhibit that I went to. I went with Brad, and there was a really cool interactive game or survey that you could do where we ended up getting these pods. And I just decided to take mine out because this is a Ziploc bag. But this is what it looks like. They were all 3D printed, which is really cool.
What's neat too is ours are different because we answered differently to the bizarre
the survey
questions.
Yeah, that was weird. If you don't know what I'm talking about right now or what this is, watch my last video and then you'll get a better idea. Although I'm still a little bit confused too.
You could probably still go to the website as well, bodymindchange.ca or .com, I forget.
I think it's .ca.
Yeah, .ca. Sorry.
Yeah, so give that a shot. I mean, I'm sorry if it ends up being a big mindfuck for you guys, but
Yeah.
that's David Cronenberg.
And it might be a little bit unsettling.
Yeah, just a tad.
Mm.
And then lastly, I mentioned this too, but McDonald's has been really crazy awesome as of late. We don't really have McDonald's ever, but they have Adventure Time toys. So we just got some. We live right by a McDonald's, so it's I'm actually really tempted to go back and see if they have more. But they have these really awesome Adventure Time toys. So here's Jake and Finn. There's also
BMO and
BMO.
Ice
King. Yeah, BMO, my friend got me BMO, so I just need the other Finn, the other Jake, and the Ice King, and then I have them all. But I was really bummed because these are considered boys' toys, and it's like, no, they're not just boys' toys. Like, if anything, what they could have done is they could have had the girl characters in Adventure Time. Like, it would be so awesome to have, like, Fiona and Cake, or Lumpy Space Princess, or any of those characters in the girls section of it if they felt like they had to divide it. So it's just like, oh, seriously? I hope they realize how popular this is, though, because it's one of those things where it's like adults are going to buy these toys.
Well, I think that's the issue with it, is the fact that it's more popular among adults than it is with children right now. Cause it's a little bit too bizarre for kids, I think.
It is really
Although
bizarre.
when I was a kid, I loved like Ren and Stimpy and stuff. So
I liked Rocko's Modern Life. That was one of my favorites, and that's a pretty messed up one too.
Yeah, that's like, that kind of reminds me of like Garfield minus Garfield and how bizarrely depressing Rocco's life is.
Rocco is
absolutely hilarious. You can't go wrong with it.
Yeah, totally. So is that it for you?
The last thing I want to talk about is this cool T-shirt I got.
Woo!
Go Team Venture.
Yeah.
Yeah. It burns. Our friend Sean Hatton, he apparently did the art for it.
Yeah, he did the design
it's very
for
cool.
it.
I'm a big fan of old school Nintendo stuff, and I absolutely love the Venture Brothers. So.
Yeah, it was a really cool mashup. When he posted it on Facebook, I was just like, we gotta get on this. And I was like, Brad, you have to buy this. I was like out of money at the time. And I'm like, no, we have to. Because these shirts are only available for a short period. Just like how my shirt right now is only available for a day on T-Fury. There's,
This was Shirt Punch, right?
This was Shirt Punch, yeah. So Sean, thank you so much for the awesome design if you are watching this. So, yeah, you rock.
I think that's it. That's all I got. I don't have anything else to talk about right now.
Okay, awesome. That was great.
Unless you want me to talk more about sketching.
No.
We can get into like how to play and like the awesomeness of the 90s.
No.
That was. Alright, fine.
No.
I'll make my own YouTube channel and all about sketching.
All about sketching.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's going to be a successful one. So thanks for tuning in, everybody, for another monthly pickups. We're really curious to know, what did you pick up in January? I mean, every month is an exciting month thanks to pickups, right? So
Sometimes.
Sometimes. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, I'll see y'all later. Peace.